From KETK, you're watching East Texas Live.
Welcome back to East Texas Live on KETK. Joining us is Gayle with Pets for People. Today, she has brought in our little furry friend here, Bitsy.
Yes,
looking for a good home.
Little bitty girl. She is about 7 weeks old, and she's just a little mixed breed. But she has had her first round of vaccinations. She's already been microchipped. She was one of 19 puppies that were shamelessly abandoned at the shelter. And now we're trying to find a home for her. But I love these little ears, the way they're perked up like that. Yes, but look at that little face. They're so innocent. And I think that she'd be great in a household, maybe with older children, because she's still kind of petite and kind of fragile. So sometimes little bitty kids don't know how to safely take care or play with these babies. So maybe somebody that's just a little bit older. But you know, when she gets a little bit older, she's going to be ready to romp and stomp with some children and just really make their lives so much happier. So we're finding homes for her and all the other puppies that have been abandoned at the shelter.
I was going to say, y'all are getting pretty full, aren't you?
Yes, we are. We probably we're past maximum capacity. We have about 90 dogs at our shelter right now, which is more than we can handle, but we're making ends meet and making it happen for these babies.
Well, I was talking to Deborah yesterday. We always talk about responsible dog ownership.
Yes.
And a lot of the things that we don't think about that comes along with it. One of them that I always like to bring up is the cost whenever you think about getting a pet. But the other one is just being responsible. If you do get an animal, we need to make sure, if you're not willing to take on the responsibilities of if they do end up having puppies, you need to spay and neuter, right? Right.
That's very, very important. You know, we see it two-pronged as far as spaying and neutering, and then having law enforcement help us. When people abandon, it's against the law. And you can have, if you're caught and prosecuted, up to a $4,000 fine and up to a year in jail. And if there were a few prosecutions like that, I think people would stop and say, well, I don't want to risk that. It's so much easier to spay and neuter. We can't use the excuse of it's too expensive anymore, and it's so much healthier for the animals, and it impacts taxpayers because our tax dollars have to go to help take care of these animals that are dumped. So, you know, it's personal responsibility in your life, whether it's your children or your pets.
And all they're doing is just passing their problem on to somebody else, and somebody else still has to pay for it.
Yes. And then they get upset because we're at capacity and aren't able to help them. So, you know, it's just so unnecessary, and it could be avoided if people would just be responsible.
All right. Well, I did want to ask about Bitsy here. How big is she going to get?
I think she's a little terrier, so I don't think she's going to be real big. Maybe a small, not even to a medium size when she's grown, but you know, these little mixed breeds are so much healthier. They're so much more well-adjusted, and all they want's a little love.
A little love and attention.
That's right.
We're interested in maybe adopting her into our home or another friend of ours. Where can we go?
You can go to petsforpeople.org, to our website, click on adoptable dogs, and then there's going to be an application you can complete. It takes you about 5 minutes. We want to know what kind of a pet owner you are, and if you're willing to make that commitment. We'll take a look at that application. If we think it's going to be a good fit, we'll call you, make an appointment. If you have other dogs, if you have kids, bring them out. We'll do a meet and greet, see if it's going to be a good fit for your family. Adoption fees $175, and that's turnkey, spaying and neutering, vaccinations, and everything.
All right. Well, we will get that posted on KETK.com for you to check out as well. Gayle, thanks for being on with us this morning. We always appreciate you being with us.
Thank you.
All right. East Texas Live continues after this break, but first we check in with Andrew.